Nice.
I'm very excited to relax after this.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think that's the most.
I'm horny for relaxing.
Oh no, cancel.
Hello? Oh, this is Madeline. Turning it on. Is there a card in that thing or no?
Not yet.
Okay. Now I can hear it. Who always talks like that? And now, and he can hear it.
Bob Ross?
Do teachers do that?
Maybe.
I always hated when teachers would whisper to you. Teachers ever whisper to you?
Yeah. And then their breath would smell really bad.
Their breath almost always smelled bad.
Yeah.
And they would get so close to you, be like, and we're disrupting. And if we're disrupting their class, then we're not learning.
Hey, little Mikey, I need you to...
It's mostly breath. They sneak words in there. I need you to...
One day would come up behind you. Are you ready?
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Hi. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And here we are.
Happy New Year.
The very first podcast of 2023. Who would have thought that we would have made it this far?
2023.
Somehow we did, and somehow we're still here. And Zoya, I have so many high hopes for you and for myself and for us this year. And I think it's, I'm a little hesitant to say it's going to be a great year because I did that once in 2020. And look what, am
I right? I still feel like I'm in 2020.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
That some part of us has never escaped.
Yeah.
But no, because we're out. We're out and we're doing this.
Mike's out, guys.
I'm out. I'm finally out and I'm doing this and I'm choosing to do this. Love you guys, first of all. And love you.
Love you.
How was your week? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not looking forward to going back to work in 2 days.
You're going to do great.
Thank you.
You're going to do great. I think your patience is going to be small. And I don't know. I get bummed out for you because I feel like you feel rested right now.
Yeah.
But
it all goes away.
There's a couple different Zoya modes.
Yeah.
And Zoya operates in modes. I don't know if I'm treading lightly or not.
Yeah, you should be.
There's a bunch of things I want to say today that are treading lightly.
What?
I've been thinking about how this might be a no good.
Okay.
About how when a bisexual female starts dating a male again, the celebration is small. And when bisexual female dates a female for the first time after dating males for a long time, celebration is big.
Yeah.
Like touchdown celebration.
Right.
Do you ever see this happen? And I feel like dating male for the first time in a long time after dating females, it's like the celebration for like if you won $5 on a scratch off ticket. You're like, great. Great. Here's Jeff. This is Jeff. What else? Anyway.
Yeah, as you know.
I can't just have thoughts.
You can have thoughts.
You have a thought.
I am having a thought.
Say your thought.
The Surrounded show is on Friday.
You're 100% right.
At the Hollywood Improv.
Yes, and if you want tickets, you just let me know. Or you go to MikeFalzone.com and there's a link there. There's a link on improv.com. If you go over to Hollywood, you purchase your tickets there. If you're bringing a birthday party or something, let me know and we'll sing a little dance for you.
Sing a little song. Mike's also got shows on January 10th.
Yeah.
In Glendale, January 13th, in San Gabriel.
It's so much sexier having you read them. This is new.
Yes.
This might be my new kink, is listening to my wife talk about when I have shows.
And then again, January 20th, at the Hollywood Improv. For all the shows and listings, you can find that on MikeFalzone.com. It's the front page.
Thank you.
You're
Zoe.
welcome.
That was the hottest thing you've ever done.
Ever?
No.
Oh.
Zoe,
Mike?
do you have any thoughts before we get rip-roaring with questions that viewers wrote into the show?
I don't know. I think I'm excited about this year. I think there's going to be some really great times, and I'm looking forward to like all the travel and all the things. Yeah. So I think it's going to be good.
Lots of really fun things.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose we never really did a good like wrap up. Like, here's what happened this year.
I don't think anybody knows what happened last year in their life.
It's very difficult. Why is it so difficult?
Honestly, I think that a lot of people were feeling that this year, especially, or last year. It's going to be weird saying that. But I think a lot of people have been feeling that way at the end of the year, especially. Like, I had a ton of clients coming in, in December, and they were just like, I don't even know what happened this year. Yeah. And I'm exhausted and I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
And speaking of not doing anything, I never decorated for Christmas this year.
You kind of did. You put a hat on a lamppost.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I felt the magic of Christmas as a result.
But I am so happy that I didn't do it, because now I don't have to put it away.
That's true. That's also true. You got to take the hat off the lamppost. It's a fire hazard.
Yeah.
Zoe?
Mike?
We have some questions.
Let's shoot them.
And everybody knows that you could submit questions to either any of my inboxes, or specifically the Welcome to Our Podcast inbox on Instagram. We'll keep your shit anonymous in case you want to get weird with it.
Don't get too weird, people, okay?
Don't get too weird, but here's a question.
Okay.
How do I deal with liking my girl best friend when she already has a BF? Oh.
Your girl best friend
When she
and already has a
boyfriend.
boyfriend. Well, you shove those down.
Yeah, that's what yeah. That's kind of one of those, why do I feel the need to interfere in somebody else's life
Happiness.
because of the way I'm feeling?
Well, is she happy with this BF? Like, there's got to be, like, you guys, if you're going to ask questions, we need a little more.
Well,
I need a little more context.
We only have so many characters.
I know, but
sometimes.
I think that if she's happy, you got to leave it alone.
Yeah. And you have to be honest with whether or not she seems happy. You can't put upon her that she's having a bad time because you're not wanting her to have a good time.
Right.
You have to see what it is honestly, and then you have to be honest with yourself about what it is.
Right. Yeah.
Is that the whole thing?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, honestly, like, it sucks. It sucks for you. Maybe pull back a little bit and see if you actually have a crush on her, or if you have a crush on the idea of her because she's now with someone.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
I didn't hear what you said.
We said the same thing at the same time. You know what else, Zoe?
What else, Mike?
I had something else, and then I made a joke and I forgot it.
See?
I feel like I did have something productive to add, and then I completely forgot it because I was trying to make you laugh.
Being a jerk?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. God damn it. There it goes.
Must have been a lie.
Question number 2. No, I feel like it was pretty good. I was like, oh, I should say that. But I could also do a joke. And so I picked that.
You know
and the
what,
joke
Mike?
wasn't even that good.
Life is not always about jokes.
I know, Mom. Dude, sometimes, I feel like there in that moment, I was like, I could say something that could potentially help someone, or I might be able to get a laugh out of someone for a second.
I totally missed it, so I don't even know.
Don't even know.
Don't even know.
And it's wasted.
See?
Question number 2.
Okay.
How do you tell the difference between ghosting and friends who only speak every 2 years?
Are you in a relationship with this person? Because I feel like ghosting is relationship based.
Right, but you could have your friend as a relationship.
Well, I mean, I've talked about my friend Colin, and there's been times that, like, years that have gone by that I haven't talked to him. And
when you text Colin and they're in the midst of years that's going by with you guys not talking, will he leave your texts unread?
No, he'll automatically respond. So
that's not ghosting.
No, but
maybe that's how you find out. If the person is completely unresponsive, that is usually a ghosting. If a person is like short and then you don't hear from them for a couple months, that's less a ghosting than it is maybe I'm preoccupied.
Yeah. Or maybe that friend needs a little bit of space from you because you might be a little too much for them at times.
Damn, I'm making it real general and you're making it real personal. Personal? Here we are now in a situation where we could continue to say helpful things, or we could say...
I'm just being real. Like, sometimes I know that I can be a lot and people need a break from me. I get it. Sure. You know, like, we all have... It can't always just be on one person.
Yeah.
So maybe you're that friend for them. Maybe you need... There's times that I take breaks from certain friends of mine.
Yeah.
There's times that I would love to take a break from you.
Is right now one?
No, I'm loving being around you.
Dude,
right now.
I feel like I have a general disdain for ghosting because I feel like it is dishonest. And the downside of ghosting is that it wastes time. Like for this person, regardless of what the problem is, if they're the problem or if there's an external problem that they have nothing to do with, time is being wasted.
I mean, sure.
In this person's life being like, well, what's the actual deal? Even if it hurt a lot, if people who acted nice to my face, like even here in Los Angeles, if people who acted nice to my face didn't want to talk to me anymore, I would rather them say, I don't want to talk to you anymore. So I didn't waste any time either wondering how they felt about me or trying to rectify that, you know, and because it's like, what is it worth it?
I mean,
it's just kind of a politeness thing.
Yeah.
It's like breaking up with someone.
Yeah.
Would you rather get broken up with?
Yes.
Yes.
Then
just left somewhere.
No, 100%.
Because then a person could be like, I remember an ex-girlfriend sitting me down and saying, we're breaking up right now.
Okay.
She was crying a lot before that. But when I was like, why are you crying? What it could possibly be wrong? Do you have a thorn in your side or a rock in your shoe?
That was you.
It was me. I was the rock in the shoe.
Metaphorically, yes.
And eventually she was like, we're breaking up because I feel like this. And then everything was clear after that. I was like, wow, that person's been feeling like this. So much better than going to bed and knowing it's weird and not knowing what's up. Not knowing what's up is the worst.
It is the worst.
Most annoying time waster ever.
Yeah.
And I know I said too many words to get around to the main point, but that is what I mean.
I get that.
Not knowing is an annoying time waster.
But the thing about this also is that you're an adult and can ask. Like, is there something wrong? Is there something that I did wrong? Is it like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Because this is how I'm feeling.
Yeah. I'm feeling like you're kind of ghosting me right now.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like that? Is
Right.
that on me?
Yeah.
And then, but most fucking shitty ghosting people will absolutely be like, what? No. Because that's the same personality that ghosts people will keep people on the hook. Because you just don't want someone to be upset with you.
Yeah.
That's why you ghost people. Because
Yeah.
you can't take that point of contention and that like butting heads over like, why don't you want to hang out with me? You're not prepared to like answer that for someone.
That's
so
fair.
you take the coward's way out
Yeah.
and you ghost somebody.
Yeah.
Rather than just being honest.
Honest.
Rather than just being horny with them. Here's another question.
Tell me. Ask me.
This is for you.
Okay.
How do you deal with Mike's travel? And both of us travel, by the way.
Yeah, I think that
And then I have another one. It's part of the same one.
okay.
Don't crack your knuckles at me because it's very intimidating.
That was several at once.
We're not in the snow in some Bradley's parking lot right now in 1998. I'm not afraid of you. We're okay. Well, and I'm getting there. You throw up a cigarette and then you smoke it. How do you deal with Mike's travel? Tips for long distance.
So last year I feel like I traveled more than you did,
Okay, kind of a flex.
but
feel
any
bad.
chance I got, I made sure that I gave you a call, a text, a message, something. And then I made sure that I also FaceTimed you most nights, even if it was just for a second. In the past, it was tough for me to be here by myself. It sucks when your significant other travels all the time. You feel lonely. You are expecting maybe a little bit of help if you have animals or kids or whatever. It's tough. But I think what's nice is that you're always like in and out when you are traveling, so you're not gone for like extended periods of time.
Yeah, long weekend at a time.
Right.
Usually.
And then if I can, I will meet you somewhere.
My favorite, by the way.
Yeah.
Being able to travel with you is my favorite.
Yeah. Where like I was gone for long periods of time. I was gone for like 17 days.
Yeah.
At
Where
some
I
point.
would be home.
Yeah.
And my tip is to just jerk off.
I fucking can't with you sometimes. Is this how we're starting off the year? This is what we're doing?
Yeah, different.
Okay.
Different.
Yeah. All right.
Different podcast.
Mike's different.
Zoe?
Yes.
We have a bunch more questions. Are you trying to cut me off?
Mm-mm.
Are you trying to cut me off?
Are you going to just jerk off about it, or?
First of all, I don't like the language, so clean it up. Biggest hurdles when you move in together. I feel like we answer moving in together questions a lot. But I would say that if you're moving in with someone for the first time, whether it be a roommate or a significant other, just do your best to never put a lot of work on the other person, and then be honest about what you need.
Yeah. Splitting the chores. I think that's huge.
Always make sure you're working together to have a comfortable living space. Your living space has to be as comfortable as possible, especially when money is tight. You got people touching your walls, right? And you have no control over those strangers. Let's say these people have loud reading time and those people play EDM music. Those two things might always be happening. So what you have control of is within your walls. So you got 2 or more people living there, hopefully contributing to a peaceful, chill living environment, whether that means cleaning or cleaning up,
Yeah.
or not pissing on a couch.
Who pissed on a couch?
I'm just saying.
Did you piss on a couch?
I'm giving examples.
You pissed on a couch.
I didn't piss on a couch. No. Just work to make your
Sorry,
your place
I haven't
nice.
gotten over who pissed on a couch.
I wasn't saying I was saying examples of things that you could do to make sure
That's
you're...
such a specific example, though. Someone, whether it have been you or one of your past roommates.
If there's a dog there, don't spin the dog around until it vomits. Don't spin the dog around.
God damn it, Mike.
Why are you always so upset?
No, I think that splitting the chores is huge, and laying down ground rules. When we first moved in together, I needed like my me time and alone time in the house, and I would do like the deep clean. Mike's really good about like picking up during the week, but then I would do like the deep clean and like laundry and stuff. And then throughout the years, I needed more help, and Mike started doing laundry, and it's been great. I mean, just communicate.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
A lot of times people won't do, dude, so I didn't do as much for a long time because I didn't know more was needed of me to put the other person at peace. Mm-hmm. And then once you or whoever at the time was
exploded.
Like, I need this mm-hmm. to feel better, then I was able to understand mm-hmm. that you need that to feel better.
Yeah.
And so as many times as possible, I'll have that not be on your plate, because those conversations will always stick in my head. Mm-hmm. But a lot of times, like, you don't know until you have that conversation.
Right.
So a lot of this podcast is also like, don't be afraid of having tough conversations, because they make your life better afterwards, even if they're awkward while they're happening.
Oh yeah. They're always going to be awkward. It's still awkward sometimes when there's like things that we need to talk about or whatever.
Yeah. Also, jerk off.
Oh my God.
You want. Let's do one more, then we'll save a couple for next week.
Sure.
By the way, come to the fucking Surrounded show.
Come to it.
It's going to be so much fun. January 6th. Let's make new January 6th memories, regardless of the ones that you have in the past. There's an early show at 7 and then a 9:45 show. And we got great comedians on both, and you got to come. I'm about to.
I feel like you're always about to. So
that is kind of my way. That's my state of being, is that I'm about to. How do we meet? Hey. Hi. How do you meet people who aren't afraid of commitment? And then we had somebody reply to that question with, how do I get over my fear of commitment? So this is from a single friend of ours who is done with the casual dating scene. And that's a place that most of us get to in our lives. Mm-hmm. And you're like, how do I get to be with someone who is more? So I'm going to say a specific thing, and then I'm going to say a general thing. Mm-hmm. Specific thing is when you live in a city like Los Angeles, mm-hmm. where all of the most obnoxious people from every high school in the world move here to become famous. That's a very specific way of being. And it's hard to become somebody's top priority when they moved away from their family, because making it was their top priority. Mm-hmm. So people have to kind of put that aside for a second. They're taught not to if they want to make it, but they have to put that aside for a second and be like, how much of my time is now worth being given over to this stranger? Mm-hmm. And doing all the work it takes to make this relationship grow.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people here don't want to ask questions like that. And I'm not saying like, fuck people here, or
No.
that's not the way to be.
No.
You be however you want for your career and
Right.
your goals and stuff.
Yeah.
Go after your goals with whatever kind of fucking tenacity you think you have to reach your goals. Know that everything can't be your top priority at once, so other things kind of fall off at times. But balance is really important, and balance is kind of difficult for a lot of people to attain. So that brings me to broad answer is meet more people.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, you're going to have to date a lot more, and you have to, like, weed them out, really.
Yeah.
You know, like, you have to just figure it out and see what people really want out of their lives. If they're, like, looking to just, like, hook up and have something for the time being, okay, then. But you're going to have to just date around. That's how everyone else has ever found.
Change your
You know?
your first date questionnaire, mental questionnaire
Yeah.
to include,
How many people are you dating? Do you want to only date me?
hey, do
Hey.
you want to only date me or no?
Or no?
Dude, open up a website, onlydateme.com. And then you have one member or two. For the most part, just less.
Yeah.
See, everyone's all caught up in OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Trying to attract everyone and not really tie down to one or two people.
Yeah, I think
You gotta onlydateme.com. Only me.
only me fans.
Yeah.
But yeah, as much as that sucks, is you're gonna have to just kind of date around.
And then how do I get over my fear of commitment? You have to like not put your past shit on future people.
Yeah.
So many people put their past shit on future or current people.
Yeah.
And that's a bummer. That's another cool way to waste time.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be aware of stuff that happened to you in the past, but you can't immediately think that the person you're with is everything the last person was as well.
Right.
And you got to date more people too, man.
Yeah.
I was dating Zoya and not actively not pursuing commitment at the same time.
Yeah. But then because I also was not looking for someone that was going to be non-committal.
Yeah. And we found each other.
Yeah, but you almost ruined it.
You know what, Zoe?
Huh.
We
Ooh.
never dissect
Is he
this
mad?
step by step. No.
Oh.
No, not at all.
Whoa.
Not at all.
Yes.
History has been shown. Clear lines have been drawn.
Yes.
But at least I was never dishonest.
No.
We were never dishonest with each other as
Nope.
much as it sucked to have those conversations.
Yes.
And good for us.
Yeah, because even in the beginning, though, once I was aware that I didn't want what was happening, right? Like I was dating other people also when we first started dating the first time.
News to me.
No, that's not.
New information.
No, it's not. But I also wasn't somebody that I didn't like dating multiple people at once. So for me, it just wasn't. And I wanted to date you exclusively,
Get
but
in
you
line.
just weren't.
I said get in line.
I think this is going to turn into an abusive podcast.
They can't. Those don't do well. Those don't get sponsors.
Abuse cast.
No. That's not good. Sorry.
But
Interrupt your train of thought.
But yeah, we were open and honest with each other. And then my feelings had changed, but I also wasn't going to like wait around and just be on the hook,
Yeah, dog.
you know? So I'd rather cut my losses.
Yeah. And then you were honest with me about that. And then I had to change my life.
Not change your life.
Yeah. Change my outlook on life. Because I was done after that. I was like, I'm not just going to be with someone who's going to break up with me at some point. Very narrow-minded, whatever. But we were, even to now, dude, even friends of mine who are like married or in relationships where they're just bummed out all the time. I'm like, I think me and Zoe aren't bummed out all the time because we're very honest with each other.
Yeah.
And like we talk about everything.
Yeah.
And I think when you start hiding stuff from people, it gets like, it's like a sliver that you can't get out.
Yeah. It's also, if you're lying to your significant other, you're also lying to yourself to some capacity.
And that's a lot of like mental gymnastics to do.
And that's too much fucking work.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah.
So, I mean, figure shit out. I don't know.
Yeah, figure shit out. Some people are worth, if you don't want to be in a committed relationship, you're the only person who knows that. But you're definitely going to limit the amount of quality relationships that you can have, because there are going to be people that you run into that do want that. And then you just got to like always check in with yourself and see what you're actually feeling. Yeah. Because sometimes somebody is worth just settling down for a little while. Yeah. I agree. Don't always have your mind made up unless you could see the future and you're a fortune teller.
If you're a fortune teller, then
right?
Yeah, that was bad.
Because me saying like, I know you're done with this.
No.
I'm just ruminating because now I'm deep in thought.
Okay.
Like when I dated you, I was like, I'm never going to put myself in a certain position again, which was me trying to lay out the rest of my life when I was 26. So I'm sitting there being like, I got it all figured out. I'm 26. I'll make the rules from here on out. I'm never dating someone like that again. Yeah. And then you meet someone and you're like, oh, fuck, but I'm 26. I have it all figured out. And then all you got to do is turn 31 and be like, wow, what a fucking idiot I was to think that I had it all figured out at 26. And then you do that every year until you die.
And then you're like, wow, you knew everything as soon as we started dating.
That's another thing. How do I know everything when I ask you to marry me? True. Sometimes you're right, and sometimes you got it wrong. I think if more people were willing to admit when they were wrong and that they're going to be wrong in the future and not pretend like you got your shit all figured out all the time, then we'd have a much smoother ride through the Milky Galaxy.
Bang. You
Microphone
guys
dropping it.
Dropping like wow.
It's loud. It gets loud fast.
Wow, yeah,
My problem is it gets loud fast.
You guys, as you know, patreon.com is a virtual tipping and rewards website where you give us a little bit of your hard-earned cash and we...
Did you say hard-earned cash?
Yep. Hard-earned cash. And we give a shout out to our $10 group, and that goes a little something like this. Cole Rusty.
Sounds like a coal miner.
Rusty cold miner. Joseph Capricusio.
That's a good Italian boy.
Shannon Haynes, DLD, Ernesto, Raja, Eliseus, Lewis and Odette.
Audacious.
Lawrence Chauncey, Paul Gilliam, Steve Diergo, Chris McCarthy, Trevor the Werefishy, Joe Penn. The echo back.
You don't like it?
No, it's not that I don't like it, but I do hear it where I don't normally.
I think it gives kind of a cool. I think it's kind of cool.
I think you're cool. Happy birthday, Starlight, JJ McToots, Rachel last name, Mike Genie, Alan Garcia, Connie Tryon, Isabella Sparkles, and Taro Baez, Frankie Matos Music, Chris Fernandez, Johnny Rosito Handcrafted Neckwear, CCPB and J, Admammed, Zoya, you're doing great, Caleb Perkins, Giant Tom Hanks, Lizzie Love, Gavin Welsh, Someone Tell Aaron, Jackie Hammond, the guy with long hair, Chris Johnson, Anna's going to be an aunt, Auntie Valles.
Sounds like something you take when you're taking it and you don't want to
Have a panic attack. Benjamin Putz, Beth Bush, Snugglepig H, Christina Camille, Happy Birthday Lex, Michael Johnson, Kayla Johnston, Grant Levasseur, Chad Clark, Heather Ashley, What is Cat, Katie Taylor, Shane Welsh, Evan Canoe, Joe Ban, Milky Beans, Jess Enright, Lillian Carrillo, Magnus Silva, Barrington Lloyd Lovett, Benjamin Fuchs, Theodorus Karen Bellis, Janisha Tutton, Danny Sinclair, Jacob D. Bradford, Justine Beebestein, Josh, Sergeant Sparty, Ed Birch, Helen Ford, Illuminos, Superfloss, Tatiana Clay, Danielle D. Verona, Sean Stone, Valerie York, Dev, Jesse Stillwell, Katie Lee G, Rob Devereaux. Oh, shit. Don Bure, Nestor De Leon III, Luis Hernandez, Alexander Legowski, Monique Quistorf, Jamie Garner, Cody Ostelas, Felicia Shamberi, and Matthew J. Pelka. You guys, thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you next week.
I love you. See you at Surrounded.